Hey everybody, Caleb Dennison here, and today I want to talk to you about Apple TV. And I'm not talking about the box, although we'll address this in a second. I'm talking about the app, Apple TV app, which is primarily on the Apple TV box. And then there's Apple TV Plus that's coming along. At first, when I heard about this, I was initially excited. But then when the glow of the Apple event dissipated, I realized, wait a second, no, I'm not excited. I'm really confused. So I dug into it, and I want to explain to you everything that you can expect from the new Apple TV and Apple TV Plus. Okay, so when I say Apple TV, you probably think of the Apple TV box. It's a streaming set-top box that has apps like Netflix and Amazon. It's kind of like a Roku, but for Apple people, right? And in it is the Apple TV app. So first thing to know, Apple TV app is breaking out of the Apple TV box and may be coming to a device that you already own. Why should you care though? Well, in the past, the Apple TV app has primarily been so that you could easily access Apple content. So if you like to buy things from Apple, movies, music, TV shows, it was an easy way for you to access all of that stuff without it having to come from somewhere in your network, right? It was just hosted by Apple and you could access it anywhere. And now it's going to change into something completely different. The idea, Apple said, was that it was going to start making it easier for you to access the stuff you want to watch. Let's say you wanted to watch Game of Thrones, right? Normally, if you clicked on Game of Thrones in the Apple TV app, it bounces you out to the HBO Go app or the HBO Now app. You have a subscription to HBO, you access it through those apps, not through the Apple TV app. So bear with me here. The idea is you click on Game of Thrones, and instead of having to go to another app to start the series, you actually just start watching the show. That's the big promise. And the idea is that you can pay for your subscription to HBO. Instead of directly to HBO, you just pay through your Apple account. So one payment and that's it. Now that sounds like a really good idea, right? Very convenient. But there's a few hangups. First of all, there's not a whole lot of people who are playing with Apple on this. Like Hulu and Amazon, it's not going to work for them. So if you wanted to play Handmaid's Tale or Bosch or Goliath on one of those two other services, you can still find it through the Apple TV app, but you're gonna bounce out to the Hulu app or the Amazon Prime Video app. So what streaming services is it gonna work with? Well, there's a really long list of them. Most of them are just not really that exciting. The most important ones I think are HBO, Showtime, Starz, and it looks like CBS All Access is in there, maybe even ePix. So those are solid movie services, and that's gonna be a lot of content. And Apple's algorithm is supposedly gonna figure out the kind of stuff that you like to watch and just put the most likely things you wanna watch right in front of you so you can just get to watching. And definitely it will be nice not to have to remember what streaming service various different shows live on. You can just see the show and start playing it. And that could be a really big deal for a lot of people because now it's not just people who own Apple TV boxes, it's you Roku owners out there, your Amazon Fire Stick owners, smart TV owners. For Vizio, it's gonna go back to a few years, like 4 or 5 years back. If your Vizio TV was bought within that time frame, you're going to have access to this. New Samsung TV owners are going to get it right away. LG TV owners are going to get it. So that's a huge amount of people that are suddenly going to have exposure to this Apple TV app. And if they dig in and they like it, it could change the way people stream TV. There's one other thing that Apple promised, and I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work because right now it doesn't look like it works at all. Access to your cable or satellite provider. So right now you can give your Apple TV the credentials to your Spectrum or DirecTV account, and you can access those shows through your Apple TV box, right? But what Apple has said is that through the Apple TV app, you could just watch those shows without having to go into the Spectrum app or the DirecTV app. Now, that again brings a whole lot more content into one place, but I'm not seeing that yet. When the official app comes out, we'll be able to test it and see if that works and what it looks like. But right now, it doesn't look like it's set up at all. And I'm starting to wonder if that's something that was shown on a screen at Apple, but is never gonna actually make it to reality. So remember, we've got Apple TV, the box, you've got Apple TV, the app that's going everywhere, and then you've got Apple TV Plus, which sounds like it's bringing more features to the game, but it's not. It's kind of a subscription service of its own, and it's all Apple original content. So if you want to pay more, you can get access to Apple TV Plus content through the Apple TV app platform. Apple is very excited about its original series, and some of them actually look really good. But I mean, they spent like almost an hour fluffing up their original series. It was actually really annoying. Some of them, again, look good, some of them not. I'll let you decide whether it's gonna be worth it. I don't really know much about the pricing on that stuff yet. But again, the main thing to understand is that you have to divorce Apple TV Plus, which is a sign-in service, something you pay for, from the Apple TV app, which is a different kind of experience with streaming TV. Now, to be clear, what we know right now, what we're seeing, what we're experiencing, comes from the beta app. And we know that when the official app comes out, and we don't know when that's gonna be just yet, there's gonna be some more to play with, and a lot of mysteries will be revealed. As soon as that happens, we're gonna swing right back around, dig into it, and show you exactly how it works. I do know a few things are not going to change. One of them is that it's still gonna be a huge hassle to put in all your usernames and passwords. When you set this stuff up, it's annoying. It takes a while. It may take you an hour and a half to get through all of it, but once that's done, I think it could be a really meaningful streaming experience, something super convenient that people are gonna resonate with, and that could make Apple really competitive in this market where it just hasn't lived before. Folks, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoy this kind of informative content, and if you do, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you know when we come out with a new video. Also, check out 2 videos we think that you might like, and if you want even more information on Apple TV or any number of other topics, check out digitaltrends.com.